Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Banished, and welcome back to Nerdingham. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back. Things are not going spectacularly at the moment. Unfortunately, we have a bit of a deficit when it comes to firewood, when it comes to fuel, specifically. Mostly because all of our wood is over here right now. Now, at the moment, we are in the process of getting another woodcutter, but it's generally just not a good setup that we have right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to expedite the process of getting more wood. And I'm going to say that we want to come down here and gather all of those resources. There's a bit of stone in there, some trees, etc., etc. I think it might be a good idea to go ahead and grab all of those. Now, we do have a forester's lodge over here, which is gradually going to go ahead and bring more wood in. But what we need is a whole bunch of wood to be right around here. That's our problem right now. The problem is that the woodcutter has to go so far to get the wood needed to make the fuel. And as a result, people are, well, they're starting to freeze. So what I'm thinking we'll do is one of these laborers that we have here is going to go ahead and be a builder. And I'm also going to speed the game up to 10 times normal speed so that we can hopefully get this woodcutter built ASAP. Now, unfortunately, we did just lose a gatherer, which has me a little bit nervous because I'm thinking that losing a child named Yoshi was just born. Good lord. Oh wow, we just got a couple of kids and a new student as well. All right, so this is actually being built. This is good. What we're gonna need to do with this, though, is take someone off of some job somewhere and put them in as another woodcutter. This will solve our problem. This will help us out, and we actually have another laborer as well, so that's going to make things nice and easy for us as soon as this actually does get built, especially with 233 logs across the street, and especially considering we are gathering more logs up here as well, so hopefully that'll work out for us as soon as possible. I'm also noticing 32 adults, 9 students, 10 children. Definitely seems like the population problem has fixed itself a little bit. The builder died. Right. Okay, well that was unexpected. A child named Carles was born. Or Carlis. I'm gonna say Carles just because Carles sounds a little sillier. Anyway, can we get this built, please? Where exactly is my builder? I would love to know. What do you... Oh, there you are. Okay, so that's built. Fantastic. Right. No more builder. And let's say one more woodcutter. And that will hopefully work out for us. That'll hopefully get the fuel situation solved. It's not that it's not a major crisis right now. It's not a huge deal. It's not something that's gonna result in everybody dying. But it is a worry. Because if it becomes a problem, people will start dying. If it persists, people will start dying. They'll be unhappy. They'll be unhealthy. So we need to fix this fuel situation as soon as possible, which is hopefully what having those 2 woodcutters will do. Also, did we have all of this stone 2 minutes ago? I feel like we didn't, but I didn't pay enough attention to the stockpiles to know one way or the other. I really have no idea. I'm also thinking, actually, just looking at it, the food situation seems like it's getting worse. This is early winter. The harvest wasn't that long ago, and we have less than 7,000 food. So we are going to need to fix that. Now, we do have room for 7 more fishermen, but I'm feeling like farms might be the way to go. I do feel like farms might be the way to go. Although I think, and I'm just thinking, I kind of want to get the fisherman jobs filled up. And I'd kind of like to get another hunter. I'd like to get another forester. And I'd like to make sure everything is nicely working. I want to make sure everything's working the way it should be. I want to make sure that we have people doing the jobs that we have right now, because it's all well and good going ahead and, you know, getting new buildings. It's all well and good going ahead and getting a quarry. Obviously, those are things that we want, but they're not gonna do us any favors right now. The quarry, I mean, we don't really need stone right now. And for a mine, we don't really need iron right now. We could probably use coal. I'm pretty sure you can get coal from a mine. But again, I just don't know how useful that's actually going to be. And I'm also thinking that this woodcutter is going so slowly. I think it's picking up. I think we're slowly getting there. But we now have 5 houses that are complaining about the cold. 4. Please go down to 3. 2, maybe? Nope. We're back up to 5. We're actually up to 6. Oh boy. This is gonna potentially be kind of rough. We really need to sort that fuel situation as soon as possible. I mean, it should be fixed. It should be okay, given that we do have a decent number of woodcutters, but I'm definitely a little nervous. Tell you what I'm also gonna do. Oh, they're not actually... okay. Can I prioritize these trees down here? I want to prioritize all of that above anything else that might be going on right now. So all of that's gonna be what they're focusing on, as opposed to... Do we have any work over here? We do still have work over here. We have iron still being gathered over that way. So hopefully they'll focus on the trees as opposed to the iron. And hopefully that'll fix things. We are down to 2 houses complaining about the cold, so that's alright. We're up to 8 students, 12 children. Again, I could close the school and force those students to become adults and force them to start working, but... Again, I just don't know if I want to do that. I just don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if that's a good idea. Because again, it sort of defeats the purpose of the school. Obviously, we get the instant gratification of the 8 new laborers, but... I mean, I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what to do there. It's a tricky situation, is what it is. Now, what I'm also wondering is, how go the houses at the moment in terms of families and all that? So we have a teacher and a physician in there, student, cleric, child, woodcutter, child, fisherman, laborer, student, laborer, child. I feel like another couple of houses would be nice, but they keep complaining about the cold. And I'm also wondering, I imagine maybe more people in the market would help that. Because I mean, does the market have a tooltip down here? At all? Used to provide a localized area for citizens to collect food, tools, and fuel. Okay. And these guys are kind of on the border of that. So really, we probably want another market at some point, which would probably look quite nice up here. Or like directly behind the church. Which is probably somewhere I'm going to end up putting a lot of houses. So a market up there is not a terrible idea. Maybe a market surrounded by houses, surrounded by farms, something like that. Again, might not be a terrible idea. Doesn't really provide much coverage right away, though, and what we need is some coverage over here as well. You know, a market right there would be interesting. But again, we don't really have the staff for it. And I'm also thinking this area down here would be totally perfect for some houses. You know, I might actually plan that out. I mean, what size are the houses? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's 8. And if we go 9, that's room for 2 more rows of houses. And if we go 9 again, 2 more rows of houses. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can't really go there. We can go there, so we can get some houses along this bit as well. We can get some houses on the right side there. So that'll sort of work out. What distance is this? So that's 8. And the houses are 4 wide as well. Okay. Not bad. So what we could do is go, I guess, 9 that way. I don't know if that worked out, actually. So what is that? That's 9 and then like that for a little square of houses and like that for a little square of houses. And that'll sort of work out. That'll sort of look interesting, I suppose. We could go 9. Can't go 9 there. We can go 8 there, though. Which I guess we'll do. So we'll go 8 that way. We'll go 9 this way and across to about there. And that'll work out. Again, a few more houses. Oh, a fisherman died. Zacarlton is now a fisherman. Fair enough. And Carlton died. It seems that you really don't want to be a fisherman around here. I'm noticing that as a bit of a trend. You probably don't want to get into the old fishing game there. It seems like it's a bit dangerous. Also, it seems like food is getting worse. I am getting really concerned about that because we don't have the people needed to get more farms right now. We really, really don't. Let me see here. What size is the market? So the market on one side is 12. Okay. So this right here is 12, isn't it? Yeah, that's 12. So if I go 13 and straight across like that, that's room for a market right there. Okay. And then what I should be able to do is say that's 4 and 4 and 4, so that'll be room for 3 houses. So if I go 9, I can go like that and get 3 houses there and 3 behind. If I go 9 again, I can get a bunch of houses back there. If I go 9 again, bunch of houses back there. This right here is 8, so that's fine. We want to go around like that and around like that. And that'll give us a bunch of houses around a market. And the idea is that surrounding those houses is going to be farms. That's the plan, at least. We'll see if that ends up working out. Hopefully it will. This right here is 13. That's not going to be good for houses. I don't even think... Yeah, I can't even really get a road down there. But that'll work out. That'll be good. What I'm also thinking is, might not be a bad idea to say, let's go in and just remove all of the resources from that area. We'll just clear it out as soon as we possibly can. We are up to 3 laborers, though, which is nice. Let me go ahead and say that one of you guys, 2 of you guys, since we just got another one, can be fishermen. So that puts us up to 11 fishermen. Which is a start, I suppose. It's something. I just want this food situation to be sorted. That's all I want here, is the food situation to work out, because I'm getting nervous. Definitely getting nervous. Let's clear a bunch of that out as well. Tell you what, clear out all of that. We have another laborer. Okay. In that case, up to 12 fishermen. Should be alright. And I'll tell you what we could even do. If we're going to have houses there, we can put houses along these roads here and then put the farms behind them. So if we go to food production and we say crop field, we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then start here. And we'll do... Oh, we can't actually go all that big on this one. It has to be 6 by 13. That's not great. But that's alright. That's fine. We can turn these fields off as well, which is something we're probably going to want to do. We'll leave a little gap there, and we'll do... We want to go 8. Can I go 8 by 8? I actually can on that one. Alright, we'll do 8 by 8 there. Over here, we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is where it starts. Now, unfortunately, we can't do much with that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is where it starts. Can we do an 8 by 8 here? 8 by 9, 8 by 8. Okay. So we can get a couple of fields in there. Can we go here and do a field? No. But we can go here and do a field. So let's do a 13 by 13. That one's actually ready to go immediately, which is kind of cool. And let's see if we can get away with another 13 by 13. What about up here? Another 13 by 13? Absolutely can. And up here, 13 by 13. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm basically going to say that these fields aren't going to run. They're not going to do anything for a while. Which is fine. That's kind of the point. I just want the fields there as soon as possible so that we can go ahead and say, you know, let's get the fields as soon as possible. So that'll work out. That'll be totally fine. We can, if we really want to, go ahead and start planning out the houses as well. But considering the food situation, I don't think that's going to be a good idea. But these farms, they're going to be useful. Guarantee it. They're going to be useful. They unfortunately aren't actually near a barn though, so what we might want to do... I mean, there's some down there, but it might not be a bad idea to get another one just here. In fact, I think that's going to be a really good spot for one. We could actually double those up if we wanted to. So just something like that, I think. We'll double up the barns, make sure there's plenty of food storage up here, and we'll see how that works out. Food is up to 5,500 at the... well, it's near 6,000, almost 6,000. At the beginning of winter. I mean, late autumn, it's pretty much the beginning. There we go, early winter. So food is up there a little bit. One of the only vendor died. That's excellent. That's just great. I was really hoping... Oh, we actually do have another laborer. Okay. Go be a fisherman. Let's get those jobs filled up. I'm fairly sure if we can get the 16 fishermen, we'll be okay. Because fishing seems to be pretty good for resources. So... I'm hoping that works out. I'm also really hoping that we start maxing out the school at some point. Because that way we get a mix of educated and uneducated laborers, which... not ideal, but it kind of works out for me at least. Let's go ahead and get another fisherman. We're up to 14 now, which is good. 2 more, we get our 16. Then obviously we need a lot of builders, but that's a whole other thing. We'll not worry too much about a whole bunch of builders. Also, probably want to clear out that bit of road just there. I think this area is going to look good though. Market in the middle, houses around it, barns on either side, farms back here. Bunch of houses along this road as well if we really want to, which honestly I kind of really want to. So what we'll do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 and straight across lets us do this. So that's room for 2 rows of houses and another row along here as well, which is going to be fantastic to have. Speaking of which, let's do a little road down there, a little road up there, a little road just through there as well. That one's a different size. That one's 12. Interesting. That's a bit of a mistake. Definitely not what I wanted. But that's fine, I suppose. I can just get rid of it. So, goodbye to you, and hello to the 13 by 13 one. There we go, 13 by 13. We could do an orchard in there as well. That is definitely an option. Could do an orchard. Don't know if we want to do that. Might not be a bad idea to do like a gatherer's hut back here, actually, instead of a bunch of farms. Tell you what, let's do that. Let's get rid of the farm there and focus on these ones for the time being. Fisherman died, that's not good. Firewood did get a bit low there, but it actually looks like it's still under control. I'm wondering if logs are becoming a problem as well. In saying that, actually, we are still cutting down all of these, so probably going to be okay there. Probably not going to be too much of an issue. I'll tell you what as well, I think I might actually go ahead and start planting these. It might not be a bad idea to start putting these in. Although I guess, no, we don't want to do that. Because the second we get a builder, they're going to start working on the houses, which will cause the population to explode. And the last thing we want when we're low on food is for that population to explode. So we'll hold on. We'll be patient. And we'll hope for the best. Is what we'll do. That's all we can do, really. So we have got some good news. We have got all the fishermen that we need. We've got back up to having full hunters and foresters or whatever we were missing. The only thing we don't have a lot of is the vendors, which is... that's going to be an ongoing thing, and it's only going to get worse because, I mean, we are going to be building another market here. So I expect the vendors thing is going to be like probably the lowest priority out of all the jobs that we need to fill, which is probably not a good thing, but that's just gonna have to be the way it is, unfortunately. We can't really do anything about, you know, getting a whole shed load of vendors in here right now, so we are just gonna be waiting on that. The good news is that wood and stone and iron are going fine. Firewood seems to be back where it needs to be. Food is climbing towards 6,000 again, so I think having all the fishermen actually has done us a favor, which is kind of a great thing. We seem to have a pelt and some meat lying out there, which is a bit interesting. But it does seem like the food situation and the firewood slash fuel situation might have resolved itself, which is good. We're also up to 13 students, 14 children, 41 adults. Again, kind of hopeful that the school starts filling up, because that way we will have that good mix of, I say good mix, it's not really a good mix, but it's a mix, right? We'll have that mix of educated versus uneducated. It means that there'll be a bit of a better flow, perhaps, of children becoming laborers. That's a horrible sentence, but it's what's needed. Alternatively, I just build another school. That is another option. Just build another school and go from there. Because then we'll have a flow of just completely educated. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is here. I really don't know what the right answer is. We might find out, though. It looks like we're climbing towards that 20 student max. It's either 20 or 25. Either way, we're getting there. So we'll figure it out. We'll see what happens. I'm also thinking, is there anywhere I can put stockpiles around here other than around the church? Because that might not be a terrible thing. But I just don't know. I really don't know. I think what we might do is just wait for a few more laborers, put 2 of them as builders, and just let them go to town on everything that actually needs to be built right now. Because obviously these barns need built, the market needs built. So it might not be a terrible idea to put a Sheed and someone else to work as builders and just see what happens. Carly's, for example. My only worry is that someone hasn't died in a couple of months, so we might have a situation where they become builders, someone dies, and we suddenly have a job that doesn't have a replacement. But we're gonna do it anyway, because I want the construction to get started. I want them to start construction. I want to get these barns done. I want to see if they'll be as useful as I'm hoping they'll be. I also want to get farmers in here, obviously. I knew that would happen. I knew that would happen. As soon as I did it, I knew it would happen. We can also go for cabbages as well as another crop. And we should also probably, as soon as we possibly can at least, get a trading post. Because a trading post is going to let us... I can't put it there, that's a shame. Can I put it up there? I actually can put a trading post there, that's ridiculous. A trading post is something we could totally place there as well. Interesting. Tell you what, let's go ahead and cancel those roads. Or at least cancel them back to there. So a trading post is actually quite an important building. Wait, can I really not do that? Are you kidding me? I can place it there. That's something, I suppose. Again, trading post, fairly important building. Reason being, it is where we can trade for things. Believe it or not, trading post, place to trade. Yep. Spoiler, that's what it's for. But the reason it's as useful as it is because, well, basically, we can get new crops, we can get seeds, we can get things like that. So we don't just have to grow cabbages. We can grow... Well, we can grow potatoes as well, but we don't have to grow just cabbages or just potatoes. We can grow different things. We can grow new things. And that's kind of the idea. That's kind of the hope, is that we can get this thing up, we can get some traders coming in, and hopefully we can do some great things with that. I'm also totally thinking we could probably get... no, we unfortunately can't get that done here. That would have been nice, though. We could get another fishing dock around here somewhere, perhaps? No, maybe not. Alright, fair enough. We could get one over here, maybe? No? Hills? Too steep? Okay. Are we out of space for fishing docks? I mean, we could get one there, but I think we'd be overfishing the area. I guess up here is, like, the only spot left. Which, to be fair, not a bad spot. But I think we'll wait, because we're about to have a lot of jobs that need filled. We are going to need traders. We are going to need more vendors. We're going to need farmers. We are going to need so many things here. It's going to be ridiculous. But it's going to be good. That's the thing. It's going to be good. And I actually want to see... I mean, question. Where are my builders? They're doing the roads. Right. Could I... Well, actually, I don't want to say prioritize something else because the roads are actually kind of important and they're surprisingly done with a lot of them. So I guess we just let the builders do the roads and in time they'll get to the barns. Because the barns are ready to build. They've got all the resources. They just... We're going to be waiting a bit. I'll tell you what, let's do 3 builders. We currently need like a maximum... And in an ideal world, we would have 30 of them. So I think waiting... Or putting 1 more builder in there, I don't think that's going to hurt. We have a 10th of the builders that we need. I don't think 1's going to hurt.